starting the live stream right about now. I hope to, I don't know. What do I hope to do today? I'm not even sure. Or I think I'm going to work on a tutorial video. So that'll be fun, all right? Let's just finish sending this out to people, and here we go. Android, nice. How's it going, dude? Lurks, welcome to the stream. How's it going? I'm pretty sure I'm all set up. I'm feeling a little out of it today, but so I don't know. Maybe this is a longer stream, maybe this is a shorter stream. I actually have no idea at this point. But we'll just see how it goes. I'm going to be doing things pretty easy today because, yeah, I don't know. Whatever, I don't need a reason. I'm just going to be taking a little slow. Okay, so I recorded a tutorial yesterday. It took me an hour straight of recording, and this is after I'd already done a stream. This is already after I was working on Adventure Story for a long time. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna throw it all out, even though it's kind of working on it, brainstorming it. I have the video. I can actually post it in chat. I do not expect you to watch this whatsoever. Let's see, 18 hours ago, 1 day ago. So it's this one. I don't think so it's, just so you know, it's unedited. It's I was gonna do some major editing on this. So don't watch it. It's terrible. But I just kind of want to share what I'm doing. It's 53 minutes, and I'm trying to show what Remake is, explain the basics, and also just get you to the point where you can create your own Adventure Story web app. Yeah, exactly. Well, okay, so here's the thing. It's 50 minutes, but there's so many pauses and breaks and awkward empty spaces, and sometimes I'll repeat things. I was gonna go through this with a video editing software and cut this 53-minute thing down to 15 minutes. So that's just a fair warning. There's only 10 or 15 minutes of actual real content in this 53-minute long video. Because I was switching between screens, and then I'd pause for 5 seconds, and then I'd start talking again. So it's super awkward. But I just wanted to, I don't know, share what I'm doing, I guess. So let's see. This is where I stopped with that tutorial. So I didn't even get to the story page. So what I'm thinking now is, instead of doing that, I think what I want to do is get a, here, let me show, I'll show you. So get a bunch of screens, a bunch of images, right? And then for the video, just add these images in there, and then I'll talk over it, right? So I don't know if this makes sense as video editing software, but just pretend that it is. So the audio will be down here. And then it'll be part 1, part 2, part 3. So something we might start out with would be I guess it would be div data o type equals object. Why is that looking weird? Why is the O that weird thing? Is that, what is that? Does it not know it's HTML? It might not know it's HTML. Oh yeah, it didn't know it was HTML. Okay. So SETI, that's good. And we're going to export it. Adonis Walker, welcome to the stream. Size 2x, copy embed, export. Ooh, you can export it as an SVG. That's great. That's super cool. Okay, so we'll drag that in here. What did you do? Why doesn't it look like anything? Because it's nothing. It is actually nothing. There's nothing inside of the folder. Okay, let's look. Let's see. There is something in there. Huh. I don't know. Okay, let's export it as an image. PNG. There we go. Maybe they have some bugs to work out. Maybe Sketch has some bugs to work out. Who knows? And let's look at the background color. We'll probably change this, but we'll just set it to the same background color for now. I guess if it was SVG, I'd be tempted to like change the. Oh no, they have the shadow thing. Can you not make the shadow so long? Theme. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, they have rounded and not. Okay. Drop shadow. What do you think? No drop shadow? Oh, they have a blur radius on this. Do they have, let's see, like padding? Adjust auto width. Okay, I actually prefer it without the auto width. So what happens if I like paste multiple things in here? Oh, it does still auto width. That's annoying. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I really like this. I actually heard about this from like some random tweet from someone I follow. It's pretty cool. Commander Root, welcome to the stream. We're playing around with Carbon. I wish I could set the max width on this. I might have to look for a different tool. Ooh, size. Oh, size of the text. I guess that's good. Hack. Ooh, I can set the dank mono. And you can purchase it. Oh, that's smart of them to have that there. Okay, I guess I like Hack. Hack's kind of nice. Okay, so we're just playing around with stuff. This is not the final product. Wait, did I still I still exported it with a drop shadow? Window, drop shadow off. Okay. In the background, I actually really, do I mind it? No, I don't really mind it actually. It's fine. Okay, export that as SVG, drag that in there, delete and delete. I guess auto width is fine. That's fine. The auto width thing is fine. Let's export it again. Okay, delete that. And now we'll center this. So this is like what we might start out with. And then it would be like a voiceover, like I would say, hey, welcome to Remake. We turn this into data. I don't know. I'm like kind of doubting everything right now. So yeah, so it would be like that, and then there'd be like another screen, and then I'd be like talking through it all, and then hopefully it'd just be like, I don't know, let's assume every screen takes like 30 seconds on average to talk through. I think that's a good average. Then how many screens could fit into 15 minutes? About 30. So I'd have about 30 screens. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Actual.js, welcome to the stream. Sounds like you like JavaScript. Tell us more about that if you want. Okay, so I guess, yeah, so kind of what I'm looking for right now is some way to edit video. So Android told me about this app the other day called Hit Film Express. So let's try that. If it's not incredibly easy to use, I'm probably going to try something else. But we'll try it out. It did actually freeze yesterday when I was trying to use it, but on Filmstro, what is this? Filmstro. What is Filmstro? Filmstro. Oh, cinematic music. I don't know. Thank you. Okay. File. Yeah, see, look, it's like totally hiccuping just from me clicking the file menu. Not weird? Okay, then we're gonna do new. Then here, I don't understand this. Why does it need to know? Oh, okay. Why does it need to know how long it is? I guess that kind of makes sense, but seems a little weird. Okay, so full HD. I guess this is a fine default. Square pixels, I guess. Frame rate 24. I think that, whatever. Did I just change it? Did I just change it from 24 to 25? No, right? Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so we'll create that. Okay, so this kind of looks like Premiere. Okay, but we're not going to have an imported video. We're going to have just images. So let's export this as PNG. We'll 2x it. So we'll create it at twice the resolution it was, and we'll name it 1 because we're super creative. And then we're going to drag it in, I guess. Let's drag this in. Nope, can't go there. Can it? No? Huh. Okay, that's something Premiere supports. Oh, maybe import it. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, you're totally right. I think even Premiere wants you to do that too. Okay, so then we'd have it for video, and I could set the length of it, and let's just set it to 30. So I could right click here. I think I could set the properties, the speed, the duration. There we go. So duration we'll set to 30. What happened? I think it got confused because I didn't put it in the full format. So let's do it again. Duration. Okay, so we're gonna do 0, 0, 30. Speed? Why is it super sped up? What? Okay, let's play our video. Okay, so then this would be me talking through it. I'd be like, hello, this is an object in... No, it does. It changes the length. So I'd be like, hey, welcome to Remake. This is how you represent an object, and that is all I have to say about it. But I don't know, what does speed mean? Okay, but I think it worked. Okay, so yeah, this kind of feels a tiny bit laggy. I'm a little concerned that it's laggy at this point. Oh, I guess, I am doing video editing at the same time as streaming. So to be fair to the program, maybe that's part of it. Okay, I'm going to quit out of this. I do like this. This is definitely still a contender. It feels a lot like Premiere. And ideally, I'd want something a little bit simpler than Premiere because I'm super basic when it comes to video editing. I just want to put video or an image and then some audio and then that's it. So I'm going to look at ScreenFlow. New document. Screen dimensions. Okay. Camtasia. Okay, I'll look at it. I've heard really good things about this one though too. I'm going to do this and this. Hello and welcome. Thank you for downloading and evaluating ScreenFlow. The application is fully functional, but will watermark any documents you export. If you decide to purchase ScreenFlow, you'll be able to export your saved documents without the watermark. Got it. Okay. Easy so far. Let's go here, grab our image. Oop. Grab our image. Cool. And It's not going to give me the ability to lock to 30 seconds. I guess it's kind of nice because usually when you're doing video you want things to be very precise. So having it lock is not ideal a lot of the time. But how do I set the duration of this then? Oh, there we go. Double click it. 30 seconds. Speed 100%. Enter. 30 seconds. Okay, nice. So then this turns on and off the audio. What is this? Oh no, I don't know what this did. Undo. What did that do? Split. Split. I just pushed it over. Okay, well, whatever. I like that there's just like a single screen for the video. This makes sense to me. With the other software I've used, they have like another screen over here. I never know what that's for. I think it's for like effects and stuff. But like it makes so much more sense to me to just have the video front and center, you know? Okay, so this, can I record audio within this? Probably not. That wouldn't really make sense. Insert speech clip. Oh, hello. This is cool. Insert. Wait, why did it insert it up there? And why can't I scroll down anymore? Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's play it.
Hello.
Did you guys hear that? Could you hear that? Hello.
Hello.
Nice. So I could actually have the entire screencast narrated by this guy, Alex. It might get me in good with the bots before they take over.
Hello.
You trusted one of our earliest incarnations to narrate your video, so we trust you too. You may survive, human. Okay, so how do I delete this? Oh, okay. Somehow I selected it that time. Deleted. Okay, so I mean, this feels much simpler to me than the other one. Sorry, Android. It is good advice. I'd never heard of that one before, and it does seem like a good one. I guess let's look at Camtasia too. I might not download it, but I have heard about it, and maybe if they're like, we're the simplest ever, then I might go for it. Yeah, I just heard about this from, well, I don't know, I've heard of ScreenFlow before, but I heard about it again recently. Where's the editor? Editor, add a few effects. This doesn't sound great. Like, add a few effects. Way to undersell your editor. Yeah, I think I used a really early version of this. Or no, it must have been, yeah, no, I've used Snagit before. But I never used Camtasia before. I want to see, why do they just have upgrade pricing and maintenance? No features, no FAQ, no nothing. Like, you can't even click on any of these things. They're like, oh yeah, we have quizzes. Just trust us, please. This is not selling me. Yeah.
Integrity.
They don't even show the software in the video. Okay, here, we got a peek at the software. Where is it? They're so embarrassed of it. No, I'm just kidding. It actually looks pretty simple, and they got the video in the middle. Up on the page, oh, there's another video. Okay. Boom, boom. There we go. Okay. Wow. For a video editing software, this video is not. It's okay. I don't know. I don't want to shit on it too much. I do appreciate the recommendation. Okay, so here it is. Here's the software. You got the video. It looks very similar to ScreenFlow. It does look like the type of simple that I want. Yeah. I think if I do have trouble with ScreenFlow, I might go with this. But it does seem a little bit less advanced. Like I know I'm going for simple, but just in terms of like the tooling they have for like simple things like audio and I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's see. What's the next step? I guess. So there's this cool thing. There's this weird thing that I heard recently. So I applied to Y Combinator startup school. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but if you ever like start a company or like have a product you want to get out there, this is an excellent resource, startup school. You can sign up for it. It's free, and I think they accept you no matter what. Yeah, I think so. And then and you get like a weekly meeting with other startups and stuff. And then they encourage you to apply to Y Combinator. Which I did. But they had a weird, not super weird, but they had a piece of advice that I thought was interesting because I'd never really heard of it before. They have you record a video. Oh man, I just don't want to like show my whole application. Here we go. Video. Ah, geez. Y Combinator founders video. Application video. Here we go. So they say, in this video, please introduce yourselves, explain what you're doing and why, and tell us anything else you want about the founders or the project. The video should be 1 minute long and should contain nothing except the founders talking. No screenshots or post-production wizardry. We don't want this to turn into a video making. Okay. This one. Please do not recite a script written beforehand. Just talk spontaneously as you would to a friend. People delivering memorized speeches, or worse still, text read off the screen, usually come off as stupid. Unless you're a good enough actor to fake spontaneity, you lose more in the stilted delivery than you gain from a more polished message. So I like that, and I like the like no background music thing too. I don't know, it feels very like raw, but it also, I think, that resonates with people if it's not like some crazy marketing video. So even though I might not follow all of this advice for like a technical demonstration, because this is more like a them getting to know you kind of video, I think I might follow a lot of this advice. I do like keeping it short, the 1 minute long thing. So I don't know, I have to think about that. But yeah, I have to think about that. What is this thing now? Where is this coming? Okay, this is coming from ScreenFlow. Got it. Okay, so yeah, I guess I could write. So yeah, first I have to kind of like figure out what am I doing. So I have the website. There's this 15-minute tutorial video. I feel like that's not the end of the world. Like if I came to a website, yeah, that totally makes sense. Yeah, I would have like maybe a piece of paper next to my computer or something and just like write down the basic topics or talking points. But so if I came to a site like this and they're like, build CRUD web apps quickly. Feels like prototyping, easy to learn syntax, no need to worry about the back end. Getting started, boom, boom, boom. Quick start. Watch a 15-minute tutorial. Wait, you're going to tell me everything I need to know about how to build a web application using this framework in 15 minutes? That's crazy. I think 15 minutes is not that bad. I feel like, I mean, honestly, I would want everything covered within 2 minutes, but I wouldn't be like very surprised if they could cover most of the stuff that's important about the framework, especially when you're talking about building a full web application, right? How are you going to cover everything in just 2 minutes? But I guess my uh, conundrum here is I'm wondering if like, okay, maybe I have another button up here, right? Uh, yeah, I think so. I think so too. But I'm thinking maybe having another button up here that's like, I don't know, like see remake in action, or I don't know. So I don't know the text of it, but that would just be like a 2 minute video, like 1 to 2 minutes, right? And then down here you get the like 15-minute like quick start. But yeah, I don't know. And then I'm also thinking like, do I want to do adventure story for the quick start? I kind of do. Yeah, I kind of really do. And so, but then for the current like framework, um, so like if you generate a new project, what's generated is a to-do list app. So that's kind of weird. It's weird for a few reasons because it has multiple to-do lists, right? And then you have like a single to-do list after you click into the to-do lists. But then on the home page of Remake, I have an example app that's just like a single to-do list, right? So I feel like people are gonna like generate a project and then they're gonna go into the app and they're gonna see like this craziness instead of this, and they're gonna be like, what the heck? You misled me. There's supposed to be just like a simple to-do list, and you have this like multi-step to-do lists, like thing going on. So I don't know. And then like if instead of that I had the adventure story be the starter project, it's not exactly what most people would want, right, to build. But I don't know. I think adventure story would be good because this for me is like boring, right? Like there's nothing interesting going on. There's no like super nested data. Adventure story is like multiple branching nodes of stories, and you can create infinite nodes and you can save to certain IDs, and it really captures the power of Remake. Um, I actually don't know if there's anything that captures the power of Remake quite like the I guess the Trello clone did a pretty good job, but the Trello clone had functionality that needed to be implemented outside of Remake because we don't have um, sortable stuff built into Remake yet. So, so that was a little bit of an issue because it wasn't like super big issue because it was pretty easy to add the sortable stuff. To be honest, it was just like I don't know, 20 lines of JavaScript, pretty easy. Um, And Remake did do a lot of work behind the scenes. So I think, yeah, the Trello clone was a pretty good example. But I guess I'm wondering like, okay, so do I do the Trello clone? Do I do this to-do list app? Do I just do like a to-do app? Keep it super simple? Or do I do the choose your own ending app? Um, yeah, I do like having this like simple to-dos app here because I'm pretty proud of like just this code. This code is so nice. I really like that. I'm just gonna stare at it for a second. Yeah. It's just like it captures everything. very succinctly. That's really, really cool. I like it a lot. Okay. Yep. Um, and another question is, I'm not sure if I should even be working on this tutorial right now. Because, like, oh, you know what might be better to work on is this tutorial. Because this is like a text-based tutorial. Um, and it would have the like side, I would need the sidebar back. And then, huh. There's so much to do. I don't know where to start. I don't think I'm gonna actually do a lot today. I'm kind of just I'm brainstorming a lot. Who knows though? Maybe I'll tackle something. I have to get a strong feeling about it though. So the step-by-step tutorial, this is going to be like 6 different steps. It's going to be like how to install Remake and get it set up, where to look for your files. Then it's going to be like adding data to the page, making the data editable, adding some IDs in. I'm not sure if Adventure Story is the best for the getting started one. The nice thing, though, actually, about the Adventure Story one, as it's currently built, is that on the first page, so if we go back here, on this first page, it's basically like a to-do list app, right? So that you kind of get like the simple version first. Like you can add a new thing. I mean, you could literally use this as a to-do list app. You could be like, get milk, go to the store. I don't know. Make burritos. How did that go, by the way? And then you could like delete it when it's done, right? Boom, done. And then you could just like add a new to-do list. So you can use it as a to-do list app. And so you get like the basic version, basic Remake thing first. And then you go into like, okay, how am I going to deal? I don't know what happened there. It's doubling up on that. Oh, that's not good. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Was it worth the effort? That's really good. I love burritos. They're actually making me want to order burritos tonight. Or make burritos. Like real burritos, not like frozen burritos, you know? So yeah, I think what's happening here, I'm actually curious what's happening here. Let's fix this bug. Geez, everything is all over the place. What is this, 3000? So which app is this? 3000. I don't even know what app this is. This is a tutorial. Okay, so the tutorial is 3000. Okay. So wait, is it bugging out here too? No, it's not bugging out there. It's just bugging out in the tutorial. Oh, you know what it is? It's because that slash is there. Oh, watch, it's gonna work. How fucked up is that, right? Okay, so, sorry, what did you say? Oh, that's really, really nice. That's very nice. Okay, so yeah, that's an issue. So if the slash is there, if you click this, it goes to totally the wrong route. And I bet it's bugging out here too. Yep, same thing. Fifilak, how's it going? What's good? So let's go here. Let's see. Oh man, I created this apps directory. Gotta delete that. And I created this directory. Okay, so inside of here, we got pages and we've got index. Let's see. So, oh, you know what? It's just because I didn't do a slash right here. I think that's why. So now if I go back, and now I click on something, it works. Okay, so simple, easy fix. Go to index, put a slash in there. Whew. Okay, there's actually a few like items of cleanup I need to do with the framework. Things I ran into yesterday that I should probably take care of. So let's look at Remake, see what's going on before we get too far ahead of ourselves. So add handlebar helpers to Remake. So we're going to do, I'm going to open up GitHub. We're going to drag the framework into Sublime. Oops, I think that worked. Okay, and then we're going to do, let's actually close these things. And we'll go into Remake Framework. And we're going to do npm run dev, and I need to install the package. So let's go into GitHub. Let's go into Adventure Story 3, and let's see like where I added it. So we'll just grab this. When I do npm install, and I don't think this is going to refresh my server. Let's see. If I do an npm install, it did. Restarted the server. Okay, nice. High severity. I guess. Let's see what it did. So now if I go into Remake Framework, oh, it updated handlebars for me. Okay. And what was the other thing? So in order to get handlebars loading, we need to go into init custom handlebars helpers. MetaMask, how's it going? Do you pronounce that oi? Yeah, you're just saying oi? Or we? I don't know what you're saying. Sorry. Yeah, how do you pronounce that? Okay, so we'll go into Remake, and we'll go into lib, and we'll go into handlebars helpers, and we're going to paste this in there. So now we should have handlebars helpers in here. Oh, okay. Oi as in what's up. What's up? How's it going? I don't know. What's your thing? What do you like? What do you like to do? Are you learning JavaScript? Are you super experienced? I think I've seen you in here before, right? MetaMask? I think so. Okay, so I should have handlebars helpers in here now. So I guess I should test that just to make sure. It's like very little testing so far. Oh, page has updated. I'm still using page has updated here. I mean, it's valid, it's fine. But I should use one of our new route helpers here instead. I guess I can say or here, and I'll say data. I don't know. That doesn't really test it for me, does it? It kind of does. It kind of does. Let's just go with it. Um, okay, so here, we'll go to localhost. See if I'm logged in still. I'm not. Okay. Peter, sign up. Shoot. Okay. Priya, sign up. Okay. Now I got to-do lists, and yeah, it's working, right? I mean, at least the handlebars helper is there. I guess we could check 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 like one more way by using a slightly different helper. Maybe it'll help us in the future by knowing that this helper exists. What does not do? Returns true if val is falsy. Works as a block. How is this different than unless? Returns true. Oh, so you're gonna... I actually... Huh. I am not sure how to use that. Is empty. Okay. So let's do is empty here. So we'll do like is empty data to do lists. Okay, let's see. What does MetaMask say? Not in here. You lurk in work in progress and join in on some of the other related Telegram channels. You saw this post in work in progress. Figured you'd take a peek. Oh, you just set up OBS today, and we'll be trying some live coding soon. Are you on a Mac or Windows? Because if you're on Windows, you should totally use like Streamlabs or Streamlink or whatever, Stream Elements. Yeah, also, what are you gonna code? Sure, just like take the limited viewers I have to your own channel. Um, no, I'm just kidding. You can have them. I don't even like them. Okay, so we're gonna display this H3. Oh yeah. Oh jeez. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive. Okay, so no, I'm totally just kidding. In fact, if you start streaming, towards the end of my stream, we'll raid your channel. Just let me know. Um, what are you working on, by the way? Okay, so we're gonna say if empty to-do lists. So now we gotta get rid of these to-do lists to see if this works. And now we refresh. Boom, we got the hello. Okay, so we tested it. We've got the new handlebars helpers. So we're going to the framework. Got that, and we can discard these. And we can say added handlebars helpers. Working on a Next.js app and some existing sites with Gatsby. Okay, that's cool. That's like pretty up and coming stuff right there. How's Gatsby? I've heard mostly really good things about it. Although there was one person I saw on Twitter who was like, I can't figure out how to get it started. I think it was like Wes Boss or something. He was like, there's so many dependencies for Gatsby that I can't do it. Um, yeah, okay. Are you building sites, like static sites with it, or web apps with it, or I think you can maybe build, can you build web apps with it? Tell us what you're doing with it, because I'm curious, like I'm actually super curious about Gatsby. I'm using, I've like waffled around between a bunch of different services for building out websites. WordPress. I'm now using Webflow. I've tried Squarespace. Um, I've tried like WordPress plugins for like building sites. I haven't really settled on anything. Oh, and then there's what's that one? Vapid. Vapid looks really interesting. Okay, so we're gonna push that out, which is fine because that won't go anywhere yet. Okay, so we got one task done. That was bothering me a little bit. Quick start tutorial. Okay, that's gonna bother me for a little bit. And finish remake the web. After creating a new remake project, will close in a browser automatically. Yeah, that's a good one. But I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do it. If someone else wants to do this, they totally take it on. It's just not worth the time right now. It's like if this if this stops you from using the framework, then I'm sorry, I can't help you. Okay, so yeah, that's a good thing to do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lots of things to do. But I thought there was like another bug here. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to add a warning. Okay, add a warning if you're on an item route and you don't save to an ID. Because, okay, here's the thing. In Remake, you can be on an item page, right? So you can be on this get 10% off your Squarespace domain name using the, yeah, totally. Um, yeah, I do like Squarespace for one thing, even though I'll probably regret regret that I love it for this later. But whenever like my family or friends ask me to design a website for them, I'm like, well, you can like pay me like $500 or $1,000, and like that's my discount rate, or and it'll take us like weeks to build it, or you can sign up for Squarespace, and um, like I'll help guide you through it and like help you figure your way around it, and that'll take an hour. But then after that, you're on your own, and you can do it all you want, and like change the color to exactly the shade of green that you want it to be or whatever. Um, you can do hybrid apps with Gatsby, statically render most of it, and mount client-side apps where you need it. Okay. So like what's the like sell me on it? Like what's the I mean you don't have to, like I'm just asking. But like what's the main benefit? Like why wouldn't I just use like a static site generator, right? Or like a PHP CMS or something? Like why Gatsby? Is it just because? So the impression I get is that a lot of people that use it are very familiar with React and programming in React and that whole like ecosystem, so they can like bring in all the tooling that they already know and are familiar with, and they get JavaScript ES6 out of the box and the CSS compilation, the Sass compilation or whatever. And you got some like optimizations, right? So like if you're navigating between pages, they're like preloaded for you, and the data, like the website will just feel like kind of like more native, more like an app. Is that the main thing? Because for me, I mean, if that's the main thing, yeah, it does. So it just doesn't feel worth it to me. I don't know. Like I don't want to like be too negative about it because obviously a lot of people are passionate about it. There must be a good reason for it. But for me, just like I'd rather have a slightly worse site, just slightly. I don't think it's that much worse, right? I'd just rather have a slightly worse site and like 10% as much tooling than like go with something like Gatsby, which just seems like, you have to stay updated with it. You have to, constantly keep your sites up to date if you want the newest features or you want it to be compatible with all the newest plugins. And then you're like totally dependent on the React ecosystem, which just like moves so quickly. Like you install one modal plugin and then like 2 weeks later, there's like the next best modal ever, and you gotta upgrade to that. So I don't know. It's just like it's a wild world. I think I honestly I have some friends who like stay up to date with all the latest, and I don't know how they do it, but they have a really fun time with it. So um, you have no opinions there, dog. I just know the tools I know and prefer to keep improving with those. Okay, just didn't mean to insult you there. Um, I started with all this JS madness. Okay, so you started programming um, when all the JS madness was happening. Okay, okay. Well, I don't know. You do you. That's fine. Okay, so in Remake, you have like an item route, and you have like a unique ID up here, and oh man, what was I doing? Oh yeah, yeah. So if you're saving something on a page that has a unique ID in the URL, um, then uh, you should probably be saving to that unique ID. And if you're not saving to that unique ID, you're probably making a mistake. Um, um, okay, cool. Um, yeah, I'm just talking about just like building like an HTML site with just like regular JavaScript and CSS. Um, just like a static site with like index.html files. Um, yeah, I think that will make a comeback. Um, so yeah, so I want to show a warning if on this page you don't have an ID on the page, right? Because then you're saving to the overall data, and that's not what you probably intend to do. So we're logged in right now as Priya, so let's go into their app data, and we're going to see we've got lists of to-do lists. But if we save this page, now that we don't have the ID there, if we like add a to-do, everything's going to be messed up. The to-dos are going to be at the top level. And also, if we change a to-do and we refresh the page, we just like lost two to-dos. I don't know what happened there. Huh, I'm genuinely confused about what happened there. Might be worth figuring that out. To do, I guess the to do probably has an ID on it. That would be my guess. Yeah, it does. So, anyways, that's probably not something you want to do. So I want to show some kind of warning in the console when that happens. So let's go into the client-side code, front-end code, and let's go into input.js and adding event listener. And I believe I have a warning here too. Yep, console log error. Okay, I thought maybe I had like a special style for this, but I don't. So yeah, I'm just gonna do it like that. I'll just do a console log. So it's going to be whenever a save is called, and I guess we'll just use it. We'll just do it from the default save function. I think that's as good a place as any. Call save function. It could be in call save function too. Default save. I guess it should be in the call save function actually, because I want it to pop up even if someone's like defined their own save function on the page. Like I want to say, yeah, what should the warning be? I think it should be like, um, how about like this page is rendering an item. Um, this page's URL, this page's route has a unique ID, but no data O key ID set to that ID. This page's route has a unique ID in it, but no data O key ID set to that ID. Should I go into detail? I think probably I should. This page's route has a unique ID in it, but no data O key ID set to that ID. That means this page's data won't be saved to the route's ID. Something like that. Warning, this page's route has a unique ID in it, but no data O key ID attribute is set to that ID. This means that means this page's data won't be saved to the unique ID. I don't know. It's a little confusing. Maybe someone will get confused by it and report an issue, and then I'll improve it. This page's route has a unique ID, but doesn't have a data O key attribute set to that ID. Yeah, we could do a better warning actually than this. This page has no data O key ID equal to the ID attribute, even though the route has this ID in it. This means this page's data won't be saved to that ID. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so we're going to get the save element. We're going to see where we're saving to. And I think we only care if, so MetaMask says, I'd be happy to talk more Gatsby. I use it mainly paired with headless CMSs. Okay, cool. You don't want to distract from your work anymore, just hit me up on Telegram if you want to chat more on it. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I think it's probably mostly useful with headless CMSs. Yeah, I mean, it sounds, honestly, it sounds like a cool stack where you can like scale your site and make it pretty responsive and work with tooling you're familiar with. And it's probably like a great alternative to WordPress for people who are a little bit more technical and don't want to like work in PHP. So yeah, I mean, I think probably I'm missing out on something because everyone loves it. So uh, yeah, I should probably give it a try. Just by the way, have you heard of Vapid CMS? It might be something you might find interesting. It allows you to create the backend um, for your front end code just by attaching data attributes. So like if you just say like, oh, this is a hero image, this is a field. This should be filled in by a field called hero image of a type photo. Then it's just going to automatically create that field for you. You can kind of create like your own custom CMS just by writing HTML, and then your clients or your marketing team or whatever can fill that stuff in. It seems like a pretty cool thing. Just I don't know, an alternative maybe for like simpler sites. Although I agree, Gatsby paired with like a headless CMS, like a CDN, and like you're serving the static site and you're caching the data, that's probably a lot more performant, a lot more scalable, and like multiple developers would have an easier time probably working on it and coordinating with it. Um, okay, so it's defaulting to global save. True, true. Okay, so I think if we're defaulting to the global save, then wait, what? Oh, no, that's not defaulting. Okay, this is defaulting to global save. So if we're defaulting to global save, then I think we want to do this error message. Now, oh geez. Now I am. Now I got to figure out how can I tell if there's an ID in the URL. I actually have no idea. I could just detect the number of slashes in the URL. Like be like if the URL matches, protocol. Um, yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Um, I think a lot more tools are going to come out that are kind of along the lines of Vapid, like Remake, for example. This framework. Um, okay, so I think like protocol URL, and then if I detect like /word/word/word, then we're on an item URL. The problem with that is that that's going to be changing soon when we have apps in there. I'm not really sure. I guess I could detect the length of this, or it could be, yeah, because I think all my unique IDs are the same length, but I don't want to rely on that. That's crazy. Um, so we're doing a global save, and we're on an item page. How do we detect that? Whew. How did we detect that thing the other day? User is logged in. Oh, I forgot. What did we do? There was something in Adventure Story, I think. Logged. Oh, logged in. Oh, okay. That was the other thing I wanted to do. Yeah. Where is that? Next. Oh, this one. Okay. Yep, and that one. Okay. So I actually didn't figure this out. I just added a class, or I had an idea for how to save it, so how to do it though. I think. Um, Add a data attribute that disables editing within the element it's applied to. Okay. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta do something real quick. I'll be right back. Hello? Hello, I'm back. Okay, you guys hear me? I think so. Okay, so back to this. Hello, Solvent. What's up? How's your Friday going? Hmm, that stinks. Did you get your chairs fixed yet? And what is madness about it? Is it more um, work conveying the technical requirements and limitations to the people? What? Oh my goodness, that's so awesome. Greta Thunberg is in town for the environment protests. That's awesome. As well as Justin Trudeau and David Suzuki. I don't know who David Suzuki is. Yeah, that's amazing. That's so cool. It was it like near your work? It must have been, right? Because you're kind of near the center of Montreal. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Nice. Oh, ay, ay, ay. Um, oh my goodness, wow. That's amazing. Whew, that sounds like a lot. 150,000 people marched. Wow, that's amazing. I, you know what's crazy? If I go to the New York Times homepage, I bet they don't have anything about it. Um, yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything about it. Well, I don't know. I would think it would be something, like maybe not, um, like at the lead, right? But I would think it would be something, 150,000 person protest. I feel like that's a pretty big deal, no? I mean, like they're gonna put like this first or like this, right? I don't know. Super big LOL. They expected up to 300,000 people to show up. Huh. That's awesome. Um, that's really cool. So did you still went into work? That's pretty intense. Okay. So I'm gonna open up a notepad or maybe a document. Oh, nice. Oh, that's good. So when logged in, disable editing. That's wrong. When logged out, disable editing. And then the other thing we want to do is show a message depending on which type of route you're on. Okay, awesome. Are they like marching past your house too? So, okay, idea one for this. Um, add classes, or yeah, add classes to the body. So then the body would look like this. And you'd have like remake logged out or something like that, right? It'd be like user logged out. Um, and which type of route you're on, like remake, route, item, or maybe item route. Down past your house, east across one of the main roads, south through the core downtown, then west across the second major street, then stopping somewhere near one of the government buildings, but you can't remember which one. So it started at your place and ended near the wife's work. Wow. That's amazing. That's pretty cool. I really don't like this idea. Hmm. Okay. Second idea. Add a global object to add a global JavaScript object that explains the state of the app slash page slash route. So it would be something like this: window dot like user dot status, and then you'd have something like logged out, something like that. Okay, you put it on Discord. Let's look it up. And I guess it would be like window.remake.user.status, something like that. Wow. Whoa, that's intense. Look, it goes all the way back, huh? Wow. That's incredible. Some people threw eggs at Trudeau. Wow, largest protest in Quebec's history. She's so inspiring. Huh, tens of thousands. I think, is this like a more, yeah, she's really cool. Hopefully not exactly. But I wonder if this is like a more conservative paper. Hmm. Wow, very cool. Very, very cool. Um, so maybe it would be like the skit, or like remake is user logged out. Window remake is user logged in. So what is this document today, now that I've sufficiently distracted you from productivity? So I'm trying to, so the front-end framework, the client-side framework of Remake is pretty thoroughly separated from the back-end framework. And I'm happy about that because I want people to be able to take the front-end framework and use it in their own projects and not have to worry about it making some random weird API calls. I don't want them to be tightly coupled. So I'm trying to think of how to keep them separate while also like knowing about each other on some level. Like the front end framework kind of needs to know, hey, is the user logged in? Because if they're not logged in, I'm not even going to render this code that's going to make the page editable, right? Because the page doesn't need to be editable if the user's not logged in. And then another example would be if you're on like an item page. So Remake supports these like special routes where you can have like a unique ID in the URL, and that's going to point to like a specific, in this example, like to-do list. And when you're on a page like this, I want to show a warning if you're not saving to that ID on the page. If you don't have this ID on the page anywhere, that's usually an error. It usually means you're saving to the global data store and not to your particular ID, and that might cause problems. So I want to show an error if that happens, but the front-end app has no way of knowing if you're on an ID route. So I want to maybe pass that down somehow. So I'm thinking, so one option is to like add classes or data attributes to the page every time it loads. And so the backend framework would do that for you. Another option would be to like create an object they don't need to be functions that would have like certain properties on it. How do I turn off the auto formatting? Huh. Automatically capitalize words. Turn that off. Okay, so then window, I kind of like this one the best so far. Is username route window remake app is item route. I forget what all of them are at this point. Where is it? Base route, username route, and item route. Okay. So I kind of had them. Is item route window remake app is base route. So something like this. This would be nice because then what I could do is in the framework, I could in the front end framework, I could say like if like window dot remake app, and then I could do like any special kind of thing in here. But if the remake app thing doesn't exist, then I just do nothing, right? So yeah, so I would like do special things if there's data provided by the backend. I kind of like that. It's I guess the other thing I could do trying to think of a way that sorry about that. I'm trying to think of a way that things communicate in apps that you don't want to tightly couple them. You can have an object that one's going to read from. You can have events, right? This one can just emit events. It doesn't quite work here unless, like, I don't know, I was using like WebSockets or something. Because how else is the backend gonna emit an event to the front end? Unless it just like wrote the code to the DOM that emits the event, which would be crazy. Um, oh, another thing it could do. So this is another idea. So call a function or call like an Ajax endpoint to get the app status. So it would be something like Ajax get app status, and then function return. And then in here, you do the same thing as up there, I guess. This is, I think, slightly worse than the window option, because you're pretty much doing the same thing. You just have to do it inside of a callback now. Oh. Yeah, I kind of like this idea. This is not too bad. So how would that work? I think what I would do is inside of the render, so render routes, I guess it's not guaranteed that there's going to be a head section or a body section, because someone could create a layout without either of those. Oh, jeez. So I think I'll add it to the beginning if there's no head. Otherwise, I'll add it to the end, right before the end of the head. So I would do something like this. So rendered routes. Really doing a lot of work in this render function. It's kind of getting a little crazy. Template string. Where is this coming from? Routes template. Wait, what? Oh, okay. For each template string. But it's rendering it like this, and where is the... Oh, I'm sorry. Very sorry. Yeah, where's the layout being added? Preprocessed data, custom handlebars helpers. I think it's in the get app data. Get project info, that one. So template string, yep, and then layout. for loop. Layout name, layout match, template, layout template string. Template string, layout template string replace. So this is the template string that's updated. And the base route. Okay, so the problem is I can't actually replace it here because I don't know which route I'm on yet. So it would have to be in here. So I would get the HTML back here, and then I'd have a separate function that did this, but it would be like HTML, like find head, if there's no head, then just like add to beginning, else add before end of head, and then we do some and then we'd have the script, right? So it'd be like script like this, script like that, and we'd have the giant object. So there'd be like, or not like super giant, but like window dot remake app equals and then in here, why don't I have if they're logged in or not? I thought I was going to add if they're logged in or not, but I guess I didn't. Yeah, I guess not. I guess I could just, no. Yeah, I guess I'll, users logged out, so it would be like, I wonder what this returns. I think this should be right. If I do this, true. Yeah. So I think it would be like user logged out is user logged in, and is username route. I don't know if I know that here. I guess I do, kind of, right? So yeah, that's unfortunate that this logic is over here to determine if it's a username route. But I don't know, I guess I could just duplicate this code. I'd prefer, I guess, to maybe pass in a params object and ask if it's a base route. So yeah, so then here, or username route, right? So I would have like params. So I'd pass in params to some function. I actually don't know what happens if I do this. True. No, it just outputs true. Huh. Okay. Huh, that's rude. Um, Good luck, end two. What's up? How's it going? Sorry, I'm actually a little tired today. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm sure you can tell. Oh, GL and 2. What does it stand for? What does the L stand for? Okay, so then it would be like Suzanne Prams. It's a reference to an old version of OpenGL. Okay, that's cool. GL and 2. Okay, cool. What are you up to today? GL and 2? What do I have for utilities? Async utilities, console utilities. Okay, so I think it would be like route util. Something like that. And then that one, and then that one. Finding bugs in your code that you never saw coming. Yep, I think we've all we've all been there. That sounds cool. Is it? What are you working on? Anything you could share with us? Is it like a personal project or a work project? A custom web framework. Awesome, you've come to the right place. I'm also working on a custom web framework. Can you tell us more about it? You can link to it in the chat if you want. Information Rocket says better a bug than a conceptual issue. Well, I got you covered there too. I got both. How about that? Yeah, so I think this would work. And then if I add that to the page, then I'm going to have access to all these things. Have you posted this here before? I'm not sure. I feel like I recognize that name. Yeah, you have. You've been here before. What if you got all the issues, try coffee. If that doesn't work, go for the Balmer Peak? Okay, cool. Basic support for IE11, Edge, Chrome, and Firefox by Ian Sen. And it's called Ian's FW, which stands for framework, I believe. For development, FW scripts dev will watch for file changes in the project and rebuild file is exposed on the development server under the home directory, or I don't know what this stands for. What does this stand for? Usually this stands for home directory, but I've never seen it after this. I guess it would still stand for the home directory. So yeah, this is a little confusing. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is confusing because I feel like you're like I don't know. When I'm reading this, I don't know what that means. But now that you say it, that totally makes sense. There's currently no library loading. In progress is FW scripts build, which will, when done, output a file or set of files for use in production. Ian's framework exports an object with the following properties: DOM, stateful data, state join, CSS, component, and verbose. Further mentions of FW will assume that FW is the result of importing Ian's FW. DOM, you pass in element name slash component, and props are null, and an array of children. It returns a virtual element or component instance. Stateful data, framework.stateful data value returns an O stateful data instance. Note this object may behave differently depending on context. State join returns a stateful data like object which has a getter for value that will return a string concatenation. Okay, and then this appends CSS. So what is this for? Why would I use this? Stateful data behave differently if used in a functional component versus a class-based component. And a functional component state is not bound to the component but any element. Okay. Okay, so this is a working example. Within class-based components, it is expected that any stateful data is defined within the constructor. So is it just kind of like a custom framework that you're building to experiment with frameworks, or are you hoping that other people will use this too? I bet this was is this a big merge? Oh geez. I know how to navigate GitHub. I do not know how to navigate GitHub. How do I see everything that was changed? Oh, you added documentation. Dispatcher. Forward. Dist files. Gulp file. Nice. You're using Gulp, that's cool. I'm not sure. Load diff. You deleted it all. It's gone. Load diff. Package JSON. Oh no. This is very big. You added Babel. You gave in and you added Babel. I respect that. Babel's awesome. You had a lot of Babel. Oh no. Wow, your package JSON file got humongous. Oh no, it's not that much bigger than it was before, it looks like. Maybe it just reordered itself or something. Okay, anyways, let's let's get past this. Wait, is this the package JSON or is this the generated one? dom.ts. Okay. So you've got SVG elements supported. Yeah, it's probably that. Internal verbose. Okay, that's cool. Create internal instance. Verbose. What is verbose? Is this a library? No, this is something you wrote, I think. Oh, the whole SVG list is commented out. Okay. Yep. I see now. Defer assignment, child region, virtual element. Okay. Well, I'm still curious, like, is this meant to be used by other people? Are you hoping, like, this will replace React someday? Or, like, do you just like working on a framework and learning about how to build it? Um, are you hoping to use this in a few of your own projects? Uh, I guess just knowing a little bit more about it would be helpful. Portfolio. Okay. Is it really called? It is really called Portfolio. Again, this has absolutely no context. Um, oh, are you linking me to a project in which you use this framework? You are. Okay, cool. Um, that is the project I am building on that framework. And Animator.js. Is this your... This is something... That's cool. I think this is something you created. That's cool. Portfolio. Is this a website? I'm gonna look you up if you don't mind. I can't find you. Oh, I did. I found you. Here you are. Nope, you're invisible. You literally have nothing on the internet. Um, well, do you have a website? I would think that the portfolio would be your website. Um, oh, maybe you got portfolio.com. Nope. Unless this is yours. Let's translate this. What is this about? Nope, no translate option by Google. Okay, whatever. Okay, well that's cool. I think, so wait, so did we establish that, so we established that you're using this for your own project, but we didn't establish whether you want other people to use this or not. Ooh, can we look in your random stuffs? Is it okay? It looks okay. Okay. There's not a lot of random stuffs in your random stuffs project. Don't click the homework folder. There's no homework folder. Drop down. There's nothing here. But yeah, just curious about what the framework is meant for. By the way, I'm probably gonna go until 4:30 because I'm falling apart, guys. Um, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna follow you. Let's look on GitHub for interesting projects because I am so done. That's interesting. Let's go into Explore. No, I don't like grown-up music. It's primarily for learning. You don't want to replace React, but I think it may have uses once I'm able to do more testing and refine it more. What kind of projects interest you? Okay, you can tell your joke. Android, I do like grown-up music. Uh, what do you say? What kind of projects interest me? Chat, feel free to answer that for yourself. Oh no, I don't want to listen. I don't want to get rickrolled. Um, yeah, I like frameworks. I like so I like I'll tell you what I like. I like new concepts. That's my favorite thing. If a library is able to do, I don't care if it's able to do a ton of magic and it does a ton of magic behind the scenes. If it implements a really good concept really well, thank you, Information Rocket, then I really like it. But I think that's the thing I like most is when a library implements a cool new concept. So like an example I think would be like jQuery. jQuery is like, oh, you can mutate the DOM and like traverse the DOM very easily, and we're not going to like cause any like new errors for you. So it's like a new DOM API basically on top of the current DOM. Or like I would say Remake, but that's just because I've been working with it for so long. But what's another library that does that? There's a library. Actually, let's check through like my past stars because I'm sure I've come across a lot of libraries like that. Um, true, true, true. Yeah, like something like this, where it's a framework for building rich text editors. That's pretty cool because ideally it's going to give you like a really nice API for working with text editors. This seems really cool. It's just a CLI tool for saving web pages in a single file, right? It's like a single use type thing that just um, really simply gets the job done. Um, Framework for like interactive CLIs, that's cool too. Um, there's oh, this one. This one's cool. So this like re-implements like a common UI element. Yeah, exactly. So this one lets you like search and filter a list of items and also like select multiple of those items. So it's a much nicer interface than like multi-select. So like if you get like a select HTML element. Hello, Rai Rienos. How's it going? We're just playing around a little bit, not really doing any real work right now. Um, but tell us what you're up to. So this is the basic select, and then this is select with, I want multiple. Multiple. I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired, to be honest. I honestly just like want to eat a pizza, take a nap, and play video games, and then take another nap for a very long time, and then maybe do work after that. um, so that's where I'm at. You're new here, and sorry in advance. Um, I don't know. I'd probably have some. Which problems do you solve with this framework? So which problems? So yeah, so there's I'll show you. I'll show you exactly which problems. So there is a document I'm working on that'll explain exactly this. Although it's a very, very poorly written document because I haven't updated it all. But so this is the idea behind like a lot of products. like when you're developing them, you have to get, and this is from a video, from a YouTube video. Actually, we should watch this a little bit. This is like one of the
So our next
best
speaker.
videos I've ever seen on building products and scaling products. David Rusenko on how to find product market fit.
Really,
I was not expecting it to be that great, but it's actually really, really good video. Let's find the chart where he has the outline of what it takes to start a product. It's like right here, I think. He keeps going. Okay, there we go. So the startup phases when you're first building a product is you have the idea, and it might be a really great idea, and hopefully you're launching it at the right time in the right market, and then you prototype it, and then you launch it, and then you get traction, and then you monetize it and you grow. And what he says in this in this talk is that getting from the idea to the prototype takes a long time, and then getting to the launch can take a long time, and then the hardest part is between the launch and the traction, because that's when you're still building the product, improving the product, but people haven't really meshed with it. They don't really understand what it's for. They think it's missing some things. They're not willing to switch over from their current solutions. But then once you find that fit where your product just works, then you're able to get that traction. So the idea that David Rusenko has is that you need to do the idea, prototype, launch steps like over and over and over again in order to get to traction. Because say you have an idea, you build a prototype, you launch it, you realize that it needs to be slightly different than it is, you need to add this whole new section, this whole new feature, you go back to the idea phase, you prototype that new section of the web app, and then you launch it again with this additional feature or functionality, and then you keep doing that over and over again. He says you probably have to do it twice as many times as you think you're gonna have to do it. So it might take like 40 kind of iterations on your product before you get to that traction. And long story short, that's what Remake excels at, is getting you from the idea phase to the prototype phase to the launch phase like super quick. It's super good at doing that. And so you do that, you launch it, you get it out there, and then you make improvements to it very, very quickly. And then you launch it again, eventually get traction, and at that point, you can consider, building your app on a different technology, like gradually moving away from Remake or customizing Remake pretty heavily, so that it's scalable and so that it's doing things, the way you want it to do it. But you've gotten through the hardest part of being able to get a ton of users, and so that's the problem it's meant to solve. Because I've spent a lot of time myself in these phases here. This has been like my whole life working at startups, is just like idea, prototype, launch, idea, prototype, launch, and only recently have I experienced what it's like to get traction at the startup I work at, and it feels great. It's honestly one of the greatest feelings ever, because people are actually using your product and they're enjoying using your product and they're getting real value from it and they're willing to pay you for it. So the startup I'm working on right now is kind of, I'd say, like in this stage right here. Yeah, so it's, yeah, exactly. Fail quickly, then iterate or pivot. And yeah, I don't know. That's a really long way of explaining what Remake solves, but it's supposed to make the idea, prototype, launch phase super, super, super quick, so you can keep doing it over and over again. So it helps. In order to do that, it helps you build web applications very, very quickly. It's not going to be as powerful as React, but it'll probably be, or at least I'm hoping it'll be, like 10 times as fast to build with as something like React or Vue.js, if not faster. But I don't know. I mean, it depends. It depends on what you're building. It depends on how much you understand Remake and how much Remake fits with your product, right? If you're building an analytics platform, I wouldn't recommend Remake. Okay, cool. Yeah, I use Vue.js personally, but I've used React as well. Okay, let's check this out.
Let's talk about music. I dig blues music. We don't like children's music. No, no, no. What music are you into? I like
Android, what did you do?
very grown up.
Nice. Okay, let's see. What music should we listen to? I'm actually gonna head out like within a couple minutes. Yeah. But yeah, let's go back to exploring GitHub a little bit and maybe finding some interesting projects. These are my past stars. These kind of look cool. They're like diffing algorithms for the DOM. You actually might not, you might benefit from this. I don't know if you use this, but what's your name? Wait, who is the person that was just in here? That was posting their framework? Oh, did they leave? They left? Ugh. No, it's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I'm telling them now, but it might be useful to use these libraries for their framework. Okay, so I actually want to look at this framework. A sturdy 4 kilobyte front-end framework. I'm going to just look at the syntax and instantly judge it by its syntax. It's actually not too bad. It looks like a lot of other frameworks, except it has a functional, yeah, that's not too bad. And then it even has a router, all in 4 kilobytes. Not too bad. Yeah, I can understand that totally. I don't really either. I do a little bit, but yeah, I can totally understand. Why did this change? The way that Explorer is done. Why do I have issues? I don't want to see the issues. WPO, I want to see what it is. Weird. CyberChef is a simple web app for analyzing and decoding data without having to deal with complex tools or programming languages. Oh, that's interesting. Data formats, encryption, and compression. Yeah. TensorFlow, I've heard a lot of good things about that. Leanboard is collaborative whiteboard with sticky notes. Okay. Nice. Wesnoth. I don't know. React Router. Game Off. You know the basics of Node, React, and MongoDB. What project should you work on? I think it's more fun when you have someone to work with. So if you're really at that lucky stage where you don't have anything to work on and you're looking for something great, I would look for a teammate. There's a website called Indie Hackers. It's a bunch of people who want to start businesses pretty much, and they would love to find a technical co-founder, a lot of them. So you pretty much have your pick of the litter in terms of like finding people who know how, like they have basic technical skills, like they know how to build a website or they know marketing and sales, but they need a technical co-founder. So you could look on Indie Hackers for a partner. Or I think there's a subreddit for like web projects. I don't know. I don't know if this is what it's called. Side project. Maybe you could find someone on side project to work on with, but I'm sure there's a subreddit specifically meant for finding partner, like a partner developer. Programming buddies. Front-end skills, so maybe like this. You could also look on the, yeah, this looks pretty active, programming buddies. And then you could also look on, what's the other site? What do they call it? Free Code Camp. They have a cool forum where I'm sure I don't know, there's a lot of newer people here, but they, I don't know, if you just have like time, I know Free Code Camp does like projects for like, what do you call it, nonprofits, to help people learn we accomplish this. I'm pretty sure that they have projects. Yeah, this one, get experience by coding for nonprofits. So if you're really interested in just like doing a project and you don't care if you make $1 million off of it, you could probably find a nonprofit project through them. But my number one piece of advice would be to find a partner who shares interest with you and wants to build something. And then you could work on that together. You're trying to make an unsplash cone. That's cool. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. So unsplash clone. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah. You might want to make it super niche because otherwise you have a ton of competition. I mean, Unsplash just has so much recognition and cool photos. If you had like Unsplash for like pictures of, I don't know, like babies dressed up as pieces of fruit or something, maybe that would be more niche. You don't know how to implement image search functionality. Wait, I'm Shazayab. I don't know how to pronounce your name. You came in here and you said, what project should I work on? And now you're saying you already have a project and you need help implementing something. Shazaib? Kinda? Shazaib? I'm gonna go with that one. Yeah, I think if you are trying to find like AI or machine learning to recognize the image, then you're probably doing a little bit too much premature optimization. I think the number one thing you want to do is just like recruit people to submit photos. Yeah, Cloudinary is a cool product. I've used them multiple times before. They're pretty sweet. Yeah, I gotta go too. I am feeling very tired, but I will see you guys next week, and I promise I'll stream for a lot longer. Or I don't promise, but I hope that I'll stream for a lot longer, maybe like 3 or 4 hours. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Sorry this was a short stream. Thank you for following Information Rocket. Really appreciate it. Okay, I'll see you all later. Have a really fun weekend, and goodbye.